Yo, what's up? I'm Mr. Reddy. I'm a special education teacher, and in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to help your next IEP meeting be a powerful one. Here we go. All right, my first tip is to know your child's strengths. Knowing your child's strengths really lays the groundwork for a powerful meeting. It helps the team develop a strengths-based IEP as opposed to a deficit-based IEP. A strengths-based IEP focuses on your child's strengths and uses these strengths to help facilitate growth in areas of need. Knowing your child's strengths really paves the way for a more creative and collaborative plan that the team can develop during this meeting. So it really helps to come prepared with some specific examples of strengths of your child. Sometimes even a Google search can really help in this area to really help you find the words and articulate the strengths. They can be strengths in areas like academic, social, emotional. It can be creativity, organization, movement, athletics. You know, what really works well for your child? Does physical activity work well for your child? Does really having calm time alone work well for your child? What are their sensory preferences? Really coming prepared in this area helps develop just a plan that meets the needs of your whole child. It really focuses on the positives of your child and how we can use those to meet these goals we're going to develop during the meeting. My second tip is to be prepared. So being prepared means knowing the needs identified in the most recent evaluation that your child has had and any specific concerns that you might have. If you aren't exactly sure what I mean by special education evaluation, or if you aren't sure where to find the needs in the evaluation, subscribe to my channel because I'll be making more videos about these topics. So you should bring a copy of your most recent evaluation. If your child has an IEP, bring that, or any IEP progress reports. If your child has an IEP, you should have IEP progress reports reporting on the goals over the last year. If you aren't sure where to find any of these documents or you don't have them, you can always request them from your case manager. Also, bring any other relevant paperwork like diagnoses from doctors, outside testing, names of any medical or mental health professionals that your child works with, so the school can get release of information or an ROI with them so they can collaborate to make sure that they're using all the information to support your child. My third tip is that collaboration is key. So just having an involved parent, guardian, caregiver that's showing up for the child increases their chances of being successful. So if you're just doing step 1 and 2, knowing your child's strengths and showing up prepared for your IEP meeting, you're already helping your child make success. Collaboration during the meeting is just going to help the team stay solutions focused. There's lots of challenges that come with educating all children, especially children with disabilities. And it's easy sometimes to get bogged down by all the challenges. Staying focused on solutions, just make sure that the time you have together is focused on finding solutions to the problems, not just discussing the problems. Will just help you have a more powerful IEP meeting. My fourth tip is time management. So this is just key. There's so much to cover in an IEP meeting. And a lot of times they'll only have about 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes or an hour if it's evaluation results and an IEP meeting. But in general, IEP meetings are just 30 minutes long. And there's so much to cover. That's why it's really important to come prepared, like I said, and have your child's strengths and stuff like that. It just helps the meeting move along quicker. So I recommend focus on the impact of what is being discussed. So that helps me kind of weigh the idea of whether it's an important topic that we need to be discussed now, or is it something that we can maybe table for a later time to move on to something that's more impactful to your child's education right now. Using that, asking yourself that question will help you just make sure that what we're talking about, what's being discussed during the meeting, is impactful to your child's education. It's okay to disagree, and it's okay to need more time to processing. something. So you don't have to not speak up because the meeting is rushed. And also, it's okay to take more time and get back to the team if you're not prepared to make a decision right there, or if you just need more time to think about stuff. Take notes and ask questions. There's just so much covered, and there's so many acronyms and jargon used in special education that it's really important that you ask those clarifying questions. I know when I was a young special education teacher, there were lots of times, even when I was in meetings, and there were terms and acronyms that were used, and I didn't know what they meant. And I wish that earlier on in my career, I had asked more questions to figure it out, because it just goes a long way to you understanding the special education system at a deeper level. My fifth tip is don't forget accommodations and modifications. The accommodations and modifications contained in an IEP can be really helpful tools in helping your child make progress in the general education curriculum. If you don't know, accommodations change how the child learns something or demonstrates their knowledge, while modifications change what the child is taught and expected to learn. These are both really helpful in removing some of the barriers that are presented from your child's disability that prevent them from making more progress in the general education curriculum. So using accommodations and modifications strategically can really remove those barriers and help your student make more progress. If you want more information about accommodations and modifications, please like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be exploring this more in future videos. One last thing I would say about accommodations and modifications is that more does not necessarily equal better. Make sure that the accommodations and modifications you're putting in the IEP are being implemented with fidelity, and that they're truly impacting your child's ability to access a general education curriculum. And then a sixth bonus tip is to follow up after the meeting. So while I was making this video, I thought of this, and it's just so important that the conversation you're having at this meeting is part of an ongoing conversation about your child and how to help them make progress in their educational journey. This is not a conversation that happens once a year. It needs to keep going. We need to be trying things, reassessing, and just continuing that conversation. So my bonus tip number 6 is to make sure you follow up after the meeting and keep following up. Remember, like, just having an engaged parent, having an engaged guardian, caretaker increases the success that your child will experience. So just following up, staying engaged, asking questions will help your child make more progress in itself. Hey everyone. Thanks for stopping by my channel and watching this video. If you enjoy talking about educational content from a special education lens, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you join this journey with me of just exploring special education, exploring education, and being part of that conversation in my community.